So I wonder if it's circling and then it'll, once the countdown like
no,
finishes, it'll.
Well, it's hitting it. But I better check that one not live.
I've just been on. I'm on YouTube, like it's not on. But I don't know if it started another stream.
Exactly, that's what I'm checking. Because that's not being jacked up.
Use your phone, please, buddy.
I were live on another screen. That's why.
Oh,
But unlisted.
oh, sorry, Penny. Your hair's tatty. Stop touching the mouse with your greasy hands.
There must be a way to pull that screen into it.
You must have to like link it.
They can probably hear her but not see her.
Be eating your egg, Penny.
I think you can only use that function if you're not using OBS, you know what I mean?
What you got to be doing? Streaming straight to YouTube or something?
Aye. Without using the OBS, I would imagine.
But then you'll not be able to have all them screens up, will you?
See, there's only 5 minutes left now.
Alright.
Balls, balls, balls. Made to make your mouth water. I don't get it. I don't understand how that's... Unless I just started on the other one, the one I've got running. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's the matter?
So I just delete that one. Then start the last stream.
I could do. There's no one in it, is there?
Yeah. Just delete it. How long's it got left on it, like?
3 minutes. Wait, 3.5 minutes.
Oh, did I delete it? Delete further. I understand.
What's that rattling noise?
What?
Rattling?
Ah.
No, it's like a constant rattling noise.
That's
like a...
Probably my computer. It's like humming.
No, it's literally like a rattle, you know, like a one of them door springs where you go. Drrr.
Oh, that's what we said the last time. And we couldn't find out what it was. Time's it?
27 minutes past.
video's not deleting you now. Oh, it's deleted.
So we started a new one now.
I'm gonna start it now.
Right, Grasscutter's just sent a Aaron's just sent a thing saying it's gone. He must have been watching. Or he's just turned on.
Tell him I'm just starting a new one. Hang on, who did I do it? I'm gonna stop that one.
Nice.
Should be starting to stream now. That's streaming live now.
Yes, I'm excited about it.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Is it live now? Is it? Can you see it now?
Yeah, I can see it.
I don't know why it's not playing on my side. I might have to copy the link.
Yeah, it's working.
The pop, pop, pop. Pop, pop, pop. Pop, pop, pop. This is a pop, 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 penny.
For penny?
Can you share that stream with Aaron and that on Messenger? If you can.
Like a pop, 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 penny.
Oh, I found it there.
Evening, John.
Alright, I see it now. John, Tony.
Hello, Tony.
John. John wants it to paint his plane as well.
I hope there's going to be some spare for my planes.
I thought the pot was going to be a lot bigger than that.
It looks tiny.
It is.
You'll not use much though, Shirley, will you?
Look, it's water based.
Yeah.
237 mil. Hello, Victor. The original link didn't work, so I had to start a new stream. I should be hiding this plane in the background, shouldn't I? So I'm not supposed to be able to see it.
Just pretend it's not there. No one will notice it.
Nah. See who's the first person to guess. Are you flying tomorrow morning, John? Or are you waiting till the afternoon?
Is it meant to be nice tomorrow afternoon as well, is it?
Right, up to 1 o'clock looks okay. I haven't checked after 1 o'clock.
What's the tide times tomorrow?
It's high tide around 7:30 tomorrow in the morning. Still morning in California. Just starting your day. You'll be feeling brand new.
Ready for the day ahead.
Hang on, when he says it's just morning, surely that's morning on a Friday, not morning on a Saturday. Aye, definitely morning on a Friday. Imagine waking up and having it's Friday again.
Are they behind us or are they behind them on it?
Yeah. California, right? That's where we should be, flying off the beaches in California.
Oh,
That'd be
it'd be
cool,
fantastic.
wouldn't it? Well, John
Maybe a
walking
bit
along
warm.
with seaweed in his hair.
John says he can hardly hear you, Simon.
I'll turn my volume up a bit. Now it's better.
Well, I can hear you fine. Because obviously I'm...
Can you hear us now? Can you hear me now? Is that better, John? I keep forgetting about this 7-second lag from live to YouTube.
Yeah.
Hi, is that better?
Eh.
Eh? Eh? What does eh mean? What?
I hear John's been getting a new plane.
Yes, I bought a nice plane, haven't you, John?
What did John get?
FMS Pits.
Nice.
He's painting it with that.
I think I will have one of them, like. I think I will. Oh, there's the pits there.
Pardon?
There's the pits on the screen there as well.
Aye, yeah.
Like you say, for the price you pay for one of them.
I think, evening Steve, I think it's the best value model this year, mate. For like a good quality model. I think it's definitely the best value model this year. Out of all the models I can think of anyway, for what you're getting for your money. You're getting a hell of a lot of model for the money, aren't you?
Mhm. Yeah.
Grave Digger's coming down as well, John said. Mitch.
Oh, is he? I haven't seen Mitch for a while.
I think Steve says he's gonna pay you to do some dancing, Andrew, in front of the camera.
Oh, you don't want to see this dancing. Definitely not. Definitely.
It is about that, John. Carl, we can't hear you. Speak up.
What's he saying? Me too? The FMS pits?
Probably are.
Oh, no, Carl's coming out tomorrow.
Carl always says that. Carl will not be out tomorrow.
Looking for the make it rain button.
Make it rain, aye.
Thanks. I've been to work all week. You only get 2 days to apply.
Are you flying tomorrow morning, Carl? Do 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 do. I wonder if Ryan's in from the LightBurner. This Ryan. Proper accents on YouTube, why are you, man? Proper Northumbrian accents though.
I'm a little bit further down.
You're still a Northumbrian.
I am now. Had to move closer to the beach, didn't I?
You did, aye. No dolphins tonight, Tony. Is that what you said? I haven't watched your video yet you did of the dolphins.
I'm dying to see them dolphins, like.
Have you never been flying when they've been out there?
Nah,
Have you not?
well, you was out the other night. Obviously, I was busy working.
Yeah.
And that's when you seen them. I was absolutely devastated.
John's just sent us a picture of his pits. Saying ready to go.
Mint.
John, you haven't gone on the cushion? Where's your cushion gone?
Your cushion.
Can you remember the cushion he used to use? He used to put FX79 on it. His pile cushion. He used to call it.
Pile cushion. You got a sore bum, John?
Tony says the video is fab, he's watched it 3 times.
What of the dolphins? I haven't seen it yet. I'll watch it a bit later, Tony.
I'm now about to start opening this plane up so we can have a look at it. But I've already had a look at it.
Oh, you've been sneaky.
Aye. Is Aaron in? Is Aaron watching? Is anybody from North East FPV watching apart from John and Tony?
Can't see who's in the chat, can you?
No, you only see them on the speak. Oh, sorry, Carl's in, isn't he?
Yeah. Aaron said he lost the chat earlier. Obviously the one you deleted.
Yeah. I deleted that one.
I don't know if he's found.
Put
a seaweed wig on again, John.
That was brilliant.
Can you remember that day when he come walking down the beach with seaweed in his hair? I do that, please, Tony, thanks. It says here watching. Yep. Are you doing much flying then, Steve? Because I know you were struggling for people to actually fly with, weren't you? So I told you to come back up north.
Where does Steve fly?
Not near us.
Alright.
But he is originally from Ashton, I believe. Not much at the minute, but stocking up on new batteries. Old ones are a bit dead, so can't fly very long. Yeah. I've got boxes in the garage full of batteries that's past their sell-by date.
Yeah.
But you don't want to get rid of them, do you? Think they'll recover. They'll recover. If I leave them in the garage long enough, they might start to breed.
That would be nice if they did.
What's that on about? This message was held for review. Oh, it was Anthony's.
Oh.
Them burners there are actually they're from RAN, from the LightBurner. I've just pulled some pictures off his website. So the burners you can see in the picture there on the Phantom, that's RAN's. And the reason I'm showing these tonight is because Ran was actually kind enough to send us a sample to go inside of the SU-30.
They look beautiful inside of that.
Yep, they will look nice. This is them here. This is them here. This is obviously for the twin ADF version. You can see one there actually installed, which is basically that one. Obviously that would be for a 70mm
is that
inrunner.
SU-30 a twin, is it?
Oh, it's a twin.
Right.
Twin 70mm, so hence why we've got two.
Right. I think one of them would look nice in the F18 actually.
Aye, yep, would.
The blue one.
I was living near Doncaster, Steve, but my family are all up there still, so come back every often.
That's quite
Aye,
a
that's Penny the cutie. Lisa, got a house full of dogs at the minute. Got 3 dogs running about, little yappy things.
That's loud.
It was loud.
Turn it down. Yeah, that was loud, wasn't it?
Did you hear a bark?
No, she's got the headphones on. She's just turned them up.
So this is when you purchase a LightBurner. This, I presume, this is what you actually get. In fact, I'm just going to make that screen a little bit bigger there, Andrew, if you don't mind. I'll find me cursor. So you've got a control module for the LightBurner. This is your signal wire, which would wire in with your throttle, or you can put it to the separate channel, providing you dress it as a throttle. Then you've got, with this being 2 LightBurners, you've obviously got a Y connection, and the LightBurners themselves. But I was quite surprised at these LightBurners, because not only is it populated with LEDs all the way around the outside, I was surprised when I seen them down inside of there.
Oh, on the end as well.
Yeah, but it looks like some type of lens on the end, so I don't know if that increases the intensity of the light.
I don't feel well.
You don't feel well. Oh dear.
Yeah.
You must have ate too much dinner.
I'll see if I can plug them in, set them away, so we can have a look at them. Get the fires burning.
A lot of LED car lights are like that now, aren't they?
Yeah, LEDs, popular LEDs.
Yeah.
I'll just pull that back there. So if I grab a remote.
Welcome to Jeopardy X.
Switch warning.
We didn't get a
So all I've done here is I've got a receiver bound to my radio. I'm just going to power up the receiver. The way these work is when you first plug them in, you've got like a calibration. So it's got to see your throttle stick move at least halfway and back down within a given time.
Right.
So it knows when to activate and deactivate.
So it only goes halfway, does it? Not like the ASCs where you've got to put it full throttle.
No, you can move it as far as you want. You can move it, although it's just got to see it actually move, and at least move it to halfway at least.
I'm with you.
Is that connected to me? It says it is. Power that up. So when you first plug it in with your, because it's on a balance lead,
Right.
it's on a balance lead, and obviously this is for the 6S model, so it's on a 6S balance lead, and I've just got a receiver here with the port plugged directly into the receiver, which would be my throttle channel.
Yeah.
If I'm on channel 1, I think this is throttle channel. Oh, that's right, because this is throttle channel 3 on this radio. So
Does that one flicker, does it?
Yep, it does. That's the one I like, the one that flickers.
Yeah, it's brilliant, that.
I'll just check what channel I've got my throttle on.
That one
Channel
is,
3.
was the F20?
My F22? My F22, I had one in there.
Was it the same one, was it, or was that a different?
I'm not sure where I bought that one from, to be honest, because I think there's 3 companies selling them.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure where I purchased that one from.
Because that one, you got some fantastic shots of that one.
Yep, on the F22.
Oh, the LightBurner's on.
That's my batteries charging up. I'm charging up battery packs for tomorrow. We have power.
I've got a hand feeder now. She stopped eating.
So all I've done is basically wide them into my throttle channel, supply power to them via the 6S balance lead, calibrated them. I wouldn't say calibrated, just initialized them by once you plug it into the battery, you move the throttle to at least halfway, then back down. Obviously don't do it fast like that, just up, down, that's it, and your result is that's me throttle there. When they come on, it's like halfway, see them pulsing.
Yeah.
Obviously not the resolution, but it's changing the colour of the screen because I'm not looking at them because they're actually bright and I can't see anything.
Trying to dim the picture down, isn't it, because of that?
Yep. But that's the throttle like at halfway point there, and that's like 3/4, and that's full. But obviously it's definitely brightened it down on the screen.
God, it's like a 100-watt bulb, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. And he's destroying my room.
Nice. So I'm looking forward to actually fitting these to the SU30. You can't get any more simple than that. It's straight into the balance lead on your battery pack. There's your control module. Signal into your throttle. You can either wire it in or you can choose a spare channel if you want, as long as you assign that channel to your throttle. Then you're ready to go. When you first plug your battery in, move the throttle up to halfway. It initializes it, then the throttle back down. That's you all set, ready to go. Then there was light. That's just one. That's just one.
I'm gonna have to get one of them for the F18.
I'm gonna be sitting playing with this all night now. But yes, I really do like the way that LED's made. The way it's been populated inside of there. That's not a bit of space where you could have fitted actually any more LEDs.
No.
And
that's what you want.
The base unit is 3D printed.
Right, so just click over the end of the fan.
Yep, well actually on the fan it's got a cone. You can see it in the picture on the top hand corner, but originally your fan will come with a cone on to direct the airflow. So you remove that cone and this just takes its place. That's the job done. The good thing about the SU is everything's easy to get to inside of that. You might have to do a bit of fishing to get the GST through, but for actually fitting the fans, shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
In fact, I might fit them tomorrow. The trouble with at the minute is that I want to fly them when it's dusk. And
It's
at the
too
minute,
late, isn't it?
you've got to be
We-
up at 4 o'clock in the morning to get a little bit of darkness. And at night time, it's not getting dark till way after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure we'll manage something. Or even a really overcast day. I think they would look the best. But yeah, they're from Ran from the LightBurner.
He was just on before.
Was he?
Yeah.
So if anybody, I know he's definitely on Facebook. And you can see all the models he's actually doing them for. Basically, I think it's any model with an EDF.
Yeah, I think so.
How old's your daughter, Andrew?
She's 5 years old, Victor.
5 years going on 16.
Going on. Aye. She's busy watching YouTube at the minute. She's nice and quiet. It's the only time she's quiet.
Telemetry.
Say hello, Granny. Say hello.
Hi.
In fact, they can't see you.
Yeah.
So all I did there was put a little a single cell pack in my receiver to power it up while I tested it.
That's
Just to
alright.
get the signal. That's what I was doing. Just use a single cell pack. But the main reason, well, not the main reason, obviously getting the LightBurner from Ran is a great reason to do a live broadcast. But we have got something else. What's sitting behind us, if you haven't noticed it already. We've got the FMS 2.5 meter ASW 17. And a lot of companies have made the ASW 17. It's been made a lot of times. So can you make a plane better than the first person that made it? That's the question. That's what we're going to find out tonight when we open the box. To see what's different on this compared to similar foam class ASW 17 models at round about the same price. So have we got anybody who's interested in gliders actually on the night? Apart from me and Andrew. And I know John likes the gliders.
Aye, John does, doesn't he?
Have you ever tried gliding, Steve?
They're doing some good things with FMS at the minute. They're doing like with their wing clips, like the way they go together.
That's what I'm gonna get at. That's what I'm gonna get at. Aye. Yeah.
Like the Fox they've done. Simon loves that, doesn't he? The way unclip get it into his car.
Aye. That's one thing I've noticed with FMS. Obviously, I used to buy FMS planes years ago. Well, not yet. I'm not talking like 10 years ago. I'm talking like 4 years ago. I used to buy FMS planes. And what I noticed with FMS is they never stop the same. They constantly improve. And they always try to bring something else to make it that little bit different, to make a reason why you would go for that model instead of any other model. And I think with the ASW 17, they've far surpassed themselves in the amount of engineering and just the amount of, it's hard to explain, but all the upgrades that's on the model, you think, why would a company do so much like that on a foam model? But if it makes your experience at flying it and assembling it better, you're going to go back to them, aren't you? Yeah. When you see it's building quality into the model. Yeah. That's basically what it is.
And you need the quality there as well when because that kind of you're going to be taking the wings off every time, aren't you?
Exactly,
You're gonna
it's
be
a
the-
glider, it's a 2.5 metre wing, it's not going to fit in your car.
You need something that's going to be solid.
Yeah. Can you remember when Simon Shaw first brought the Fox to the beach?
Aye.
And the way it assembled?
Aye.
Like, this is very similar, but obviously the tail section, it's one piece, but the horizontal clips in, the rudder surface clips in, the vertical, the wings clip in, and the soft connections for your servos. But when I seen the way he's slotted together, you think, how much engineering time does it take to actually even get that down onto paper? Obviously, every little plastic part needs a mould. Why didn't they make just one fuselage, then you screw the bits on like you normally do? Because of the simple fact it's not an improvement.
Yeah, it's nice to know they're not just copying other manufacturers.
Yeah,
Looking into it, making it better for us.
definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, to say people think, wait, hang on, Simon's probably getting this model for nothing, so he's gonna say it's a good model. It's not, but that's not the case. When I unbox an FMS model, I always look at what they've done to make it better.
Yeah.
And it's the little bits of detail that go a long way with me. In fact, I've got the rest to build this model. You don't need any screwdrivers, you don't need any glue, and the kit where you would normally get all your push rod, screws, glue, carbon fibre rods, anything like that. This is the kit that comes with that model, the FMS 2.5 metre. That's it.
Oh God.
That's it. There's two
This is going to be the shortest video ever.
two push rods and 4 grub screws. But I bet you 2 of them grub screws are spares.
Probably aye.
Easy glider, yeah. I've tried a few. What's that glider flying now?
I've got the ASW at the minute.
The SW. No, the one from Banggood. It's not. Oh, you've got the SW, didn't I? I got the, what was it? The Evolution or something like that. The Phoenix. The Phoenix, which is it's a good glider, and don't get us wrong, it's a good glider, and it's, I wouldn't say it's cheap, but it's a half decent price. But the build quality, when you look at something like that and you look at something like this, you realise why you're paying extra money. Because the quality inside of this. But people think, wait, why do you want a glider? You fly scale models and jets. But glider's more of a relaxing thing, and it teaches you a lot about flying and how to fly. If you've never flown a glider before and you've flown jets and scale models, step back into the glider and it will increase your skill at flying a scale model and jet.
Yeah.
Because you're using a lot more control surfaces and harnessing the wind around you to fly better. While with a jet you just push through the air whichever way the wind blows. But with a glider it's totally different, and you're using a lot more rudder control. So somebody at the minute who says flying a warbird, but they're always struggling with the rudder, and you need to use your rudder on a warbird. This is why you get your practice using your rudder on the gliders, and I've always said that, and I've said the same to you, haven't I, Andrew? Get on a glider for a couple of hours, and once you, because the glider flies better flying them flat without any power on. So you're constantly using the rudder, so it just becomes natural. Once you pick up your jet or your scale model, you just naturally start using the rudder more and more.
Yeah. I'm still learning mine with a glider. I'm still very much a novice.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy it.
I love. I mean, I'm definitely not. I'm still novice with a glider. Definitely a novice, but I can see why I need to improve when I fly one, and it does teach you a lot. Yeah, the composite glider would be really. I don't know if it's heavy, but I think it would be more heavier than a foam model. But you're probably looking at over a 3 metre model there, Steve, are you? Be a big one, is it? Right, I'm gonna. In fact, I've already got the box open because I have been inside of it and had a look, obviously. I'm not gonna have a brand new plane sitting here and not look at it.
Get it out. Show her the goods.
Right, so this is just the box that comes in. We don't need that. The one thing I will say before I even unbox it, don't throw away this polystyrene box, because this will be ideal for getting it to the field in the back of your car, or even storage if you want to keep it in it, because it assembles and disassembles that quick that it's worth actually putting it back in the box just to keep everything safe.
Yeah, keep it looking nice.
I never do that with any of my models, but I've seriously thought about it with this one.
Does this come with any stabilizers or anything in?
No, it's basically you wouldn't use. You would kill a glider if you put a stabilizer in it, because the whole point of flying a glider is actually using the rudder more than what you would use the ailerons. Obviously, if you wanted to fly at sports, doing lots of aerobatics, you're definitely going to use a lot of aileron. But most people just want to reach a nice smooth flight, so you try to keep your plane relatively flat and try not to use power. Power's just to get you up, unless you want to do acrobatics, which I definitely will try with this one, because I think it's definitely equipped for it. So nothing in this part of the box. That's it. That's just the lead. Stick that in there. And this is what you actually get. Look at the way it's even packed. That camera.
Yeah,
it's perfect. You know what I mean? You can't get any better. You can just slide that in the back of your car, the back of your van, and just take it like that.
Yeah.
Ours forever. The thing with glider wings is they're long, and unless you've got them in some type of bag or anything, when you put them in the car or the van, you put them together, and the servo horns end up pressing into the wings, and you're left with massive dents in that.
Yeah,
you can't get away from it unless you're putting it in a bag. But using this box, I mean, everything's safe in there now the way it is. Nothing's going to fall out of there. That's perfect. Stick in the back of the car. But the first improvement that they've done, the rods, instead of being carbon fiber, it's actually aluminium tube, but it's threaded. It's a threaded aluminium tube. So what they've done is, on the fuselage there's a block of aluminium. So these screw into the aluminium each side, and what that does, that creates, is it dihedral? Because a lot of gliders got a flat wing like that. That actually creates your angle without any flex. Because that's another thing I noticed about this, how rigid the wing actually is, even before you put the rod in it. With the sleeve inside of that, it's a really rigid wing. So imagine once you get this in and your angle set, how rigid that wing is, which is probably why they're classing it as an acrobatic, a sports glider. So it comes with the stickers pre-installed. HB 1298, if anybody knows what that is, what it's referencing, I don't.
That wing's massive, isn't it?
But it's got some weight about it as well.
Yeah,
You know, I was saying before about how rigid it is. I'm really trying to bend it there, and it's not even flexing, and I haven't even got the rod in it. But obviously, if I put my knee in it, I could probably flex it, but
Yeah, I'm wondering if they're making their foam a little bit more dense at the minute, because I
That's
noticed
what
that with your Tiger Cat.
Aye,
When
the
you
Tiger Cat's a nice dense foam, but that's what they've said about this model. The foam structure is different. It must be smaller beads to get them more tighter.
Right.
But looking in the light there, the carbon fibre rod, the sleeve, actually runs from there, from near the tip of the wing, obviously all the way down. Then what you've got is, you've got covers on all the servos, so when you're landing in the long grass and that, they're not getting hung up, which could happen.
Yeah.
Cover on this servo as well. All the control surfaces have got a strengthener, because if you are doing some speed and you go to put a quick turn in, you will get the length of this control surface. You kind of get away from it flexing the control surface. So what they've done is they've put the reinforcing in to stop that flex. But
That's
if you
good.
look at actual control horns, they're not standard control horns. I have seen these before, but I'm forgetting what they're called. If you get a look at that,
Ow!
Alright, so it's got like a twin horns on it.
it's like a twin horn, then you've got the like bezel in the middle with the grub screw. And
I said
to actually fit it to the plane, obviously your rods here, these are your locks to lock it in place. Then you've got the soft connector for the flaps and ailerons. But the next thing I like about it, which is another brilliant improvement, this might be why it's actually made the wings rigid. Actually, I never thought this, but on the leading edge of the wing, all the way from the root of the wing to the end section here, there's a plastic cover all the way along.
Alright.
Hard plastic cover all the way, so that would have added some rigidity to it as well. But I think the APU is definitely a different APU because it is very rigid.
How big's a bit of plastic up next to the fuselage on the wing?
Like the plastic,
Is it like a big chunk of plastic, or is it just like
there is a cover obviously here for where it attaches, but
Right.
the actual leading edge, you can see it there where my marker is.
Yeah.
That's where it sits all the way down, and it comes up to here. Then that's a separate piece there, but that there's still plastic, hard plastic. Then you've got the
That's a good design, because it'll stop it from bashing off little bushes, and you know when you come into that, like when we fly off the top of the beach,
fly off the top in the long grass where there's bushes. And if you have a look at some of my gliders, the state of the leading edge on the wings, they're ruined. You're not going to get that at all with this. With that one. That's solid. So to attach the wing, obviously you would have the aluminium rod screwed into the block on the fuselage, then you would just slide the wing on. And once the wing is in its home position, it automatically locks. There's two spring-loaded locking mechanisms there, but them just lock in, self-locking, so you push it in, you get that click and it locks. If you haven't heard the click, tip it upside down and just move it with your finger. With being a brand new model, there's a high chance that it hasn't clicked in properly. But even on the end here, if we're flying off the beach, do we protect that?
Oh yeah.
Just for when it drops the wing.
It's literally like sandpaper when you land on it, isn't it?
Oh, that's the last. You didn't want to put this down on the sand, especially. Yeah, that's off your hawk.
Off my FMS Hawk, that's the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Scratched to death.
Aye, but what were you doing? Touching goods without the wheels down?
Yep.
Yep.
Done them no.
Pardon, Andrew?
It done them no problem.
It did, aye. But can you remember that time you tried it without putting that drop tank on the bottom?
Oh yeah.
What happened?
Put it on. it just sucked it down onto the beach.
Through the cheetah hole.
Hasn't it? So I was trying to suck the air. I tried to power up to take off, and it just sucked it straight onto the beach.
I'm pleased I haven't picked the fuselage up yet, because I've just noticed something else on this wing that you don't normally get. So the improvements so far, the main improvement I would say has got to be the plastic coating on the leading edge.
Yeah.
That's the main improvement. Second improvement, some companies are doing it, but not all. You've got the covers on your servos. Third improvement, it's like a double arm. Fourth improvement, strength in the actual control surface. I'm not sure if that's carbon fibre or like a...
So do you know the double horns that are coming off the elevator? Are they connected to the carbon fibre there? Because you just can't quite see.
I'm not sure. I would have to actually try and rip it out to find out now. I don't want it, but it has got the surface is moulded around that strengthening section. You can see like the half moon shape.
Transferred all of the weight all the way across that surface.
They've put it in the right place, haven't they? They've made sure it's not just going to attach the foam.
Yeah.
But
really good. That's really good design.
Then we've got the quick assemble mechanism. Quick assemble and release with a soft connector. I've noticed they're fitting these soft connectors to a lot of the models, and they seem to be working well. I haven't heard anything bad about them, and we've had quite a few and never had an issue with them. So there must be a really good soft connector.
Yeah, I've never heard any bad reviews of them.
Another improvement. The EPU itself, how dense it is and rigid. It's hard for me to show you here, but I'll apply pressure. Get that there on its side, right. That's me putting a lot of pressure on there, and that's without the wing spar in. It's unbelievable how much force I'm putting on that, and it's not moving. And that is just APU with a carbon fibre tube obviously inside of it. I would never do that with any other model that I've got. Pardon?
It's about where you put the carbon fibre, isn't it?
It is, but as you can see, the carbon fibre is there and it's running all the way up. But I think what also has helped is this plastic leading edge and the finer density APU. And the last thing I want to mention before I find anything else on it is look at the trailing edge on the control surface of the flap.
Oh, right, I see. If you're never going to off a wall or in the car, aren't you?
No. When you come into land, you've got the flaps down, haven't you? So if you're landing in long grass, there's a high chance that it's, or rocks, anything like that, it's going to hit this. Or is it for where it's against the body? To stop it rubbing against the body? But that's plastic. It's all plastic edge. You're not going to damage that.
Definitely not.
So that's the wing. How long have we been talking about the wing?
A long time. Got a lot of good features on it though. Sorry.
It is, and that's the point I'm trying to get across about the models that they're starting to bring out now. The quality in the model. You think, but it might be a bit dear on this one. But when you buy a model, do you want to buy a model and have to start and spend money on it? Or do you want to buy a model that's ready to go? You know it's going to last a long time because it's got quality built into it. Yes, we're all like a cheap model just to chuck about the sky, but if you want a nice model...
Take it off.
Well, that's it. I can't finish.
Why?
Because we're doing a video. Everyone can see around the world.
Right, the fuselage. I haven't really looked at this that much. I've spent that much time just looking at the wing, but we've got a folding prop, obviously. In fact, I'll have a look, see what size prop that is. What's that? 12 or 14 inch? I'll have a look in the book.
Looks big, like.
Does I? Big motor. It's got to be at least a 750 kV motor, that, I would say. It's a 750 kV motor.
What battery does it take?
The battery's 14.8 volt, 2200 to 2600 4S. But when they say 2600, that's a 3000 to me. I'll always put a bigger battery in, especially for a maiden flight.
You'll get some good flight time out of that.
Yeah.
Really good flight time. I think your neck will get sore before the battery dies.
Do those connectors have a join to the servo in the wing? I would say yes. Normally behind the soft connector, Steve, there's normally always, just like ordinary servo connectors, plugged in behind the soft connector. So say for instance you damaged the servo and you had to take the servo out, you pull it out, and at the back of the soft connector that I would imagine definitely there's a standard servo connector there. In fact, I've seen it before on, which model was it? It was a previous model from FMS. I've definitely seen it before where they use like servo connectors on the back. They're like on fly leads. So the servo connector's not soldered directly, it's on a fly lead for some flex.
Was the Avanti not like that?
Ah, it was the Avanti I seen it on, yes. It was the Avanti. But right, we've got the fuselage, and I'm going to show you the aluminium block I was on about that you attach your rod to, your wing spar. Can you see that aluminium block inside of there?
Oh, yes.
So did they need to make an aluminium block for this? Could they get away with a standard operation the way it's normally done? Definitely.
Probably.
They could have gotten away with it, so why make it? Why make it better?
I suppose if you're advertising it as an acrobatic plane,
Yeah.
you're going to push it on you.
And I think this you can push quite a bit. There's some strength built into this.
I'd rather have an over-engineered plane than an under-engineered plane.
Exactly. So that's for your wing spar. Soft connector here. Then you've got the two locking mechanisms there. So when you push the wing on, they automatically lock in.
Yeah.
In the tail section, you've got your elevator and rudder servo in the tail at the back.
Oh, yes.
And you might be looking thinking, hang on, where's the rudder surface? The rudder surface is separate.
All right.
So you've got 3 connectors there. And
so would you leave the rudder on normally?
I would. I think once you put it on, me personally, I would leave it on. But some people might want to take it off. But I think me personally, I would leave it on.
Will it fit back in the box with the rudder on, will it?
No, you would have to take it off so it slots down like that.
Or modify the box a little bit.
You would have to modify the box. I would leave it on, me personally, and just slit the box, the tail section of the box.
Yeah, I wouldn't like to be taking it on.
But straight away, when I'm launching the Fox, the 3-meter FMS, that's a big model to get your hand around. So this one is ideal for me, especially where they put the wheel at the bottom, because it gives you something to push against when you're launching it. But with the torque this 750 kV motor is going to have, it's going to be out of your hands anyway with hardly any push.
We're going to be pulling out your...
Yeah, definitely. canopy. The canopy, it's still APU, and I would say it's the same APU the fuselage is made of. But what they've actually done is they've coated it with a textured finish.
Oh yeah, you can see, yeah.
Can you see the texture on it?
Yeah, you can see it.
I don't know why they've done that. It does stand out, because when you're looking at it, you can see it's a texture finish. There must be a reason behind why. Obviously, you can get a hold of it easier, so they've done it so you can open it easier. But to open it, you just press the button.
Alright, it pops off.
And it pops off. That's another improvement. See the catch?
Yeah.
So to put your canopy on, I would imagine just pop it in and clips back in place. Then to release it, press the button.
That's handy. I like that.
Aye. So that's the inside of the canopy. Have you seen that space inside of there? FPV.
Yes,
Camera, video transmitter maybe?
definitely.
DJI air unit?
Yeah, I was just about to say DJI.
DJI air unit. So the inside the fuselage itself, this is the room we've got inside the fuselage. It's recommending a 2,200 to 2,600, but you can see straight away you can definitely fit a bigger pack than a 2,600. Wait,
always fit a bigger battery.
Yeah, I've charged me 3,000 pack up for tomorrow. I haven't even tried it in yet, but I've got it on the floor here. Just an overlander, probably a bit of an overkill for a glider, like, but that's what's going in because that's what I've got. So this pack here is a 3,350 milliamp hour. So straight away I can tell you I'm not going to have a problem fitting a 3,000 pack in there. You could get a 5,000 pack in here. Whether you would hit CG, that's a thing, and I'll find out tomorrow when I set it all up. But providing I hit CG with a 3,350, that's what I'll be flying it with. So obviously inside you've got channel 4, what's your rudder, you've got your throttle, you've got your ailerons, you've got your flaps, you've got your rudder, you've got your elevator, and that's it, ready to go. I'm just using a 6-channel receiver on this one. I don't need anything else. There'll not be any stabilizers or anything like that going into it. It's just the way it is. But I'm looking through the motor mount at the front, and it's quite substantial chunk of plastic inside of there for the motor mount. But what else I can see is the coolant for the ESC, because the ESC is near the front here.
Oh, so it's got a little cheetah, kind of a cheetah hole on the bottom.
Yep, then they've got the exhaust vent there for it.
There's an ESC in between them, is it?
Yep. So the ESC is directing the airflow where it's going to get sucked in, and it's
keep it cool.
Exhausting there.
Again, that's probably a bit of over-engineering again, because you're not going to be using the motor that much.
But you might, because you might be flying an acrobatic, where you're going to be on the power a lot.
Yeah.
So that's probably why they've done it, just in case the ESC does start to heat up. I mean, the ESC is a 40 amp ESC.
It's a good size, isn't it?
It's got to be fine. Can't see anything else. In fact, I'll try them. I'll try and screw one of them aluminium rods on, just see what it's like. So I'm thinking when I'm going to put this in here, this is going to create the angle of what the wing's going to sit at.
Yeah.
That's your fixed angle. So So I'll put them both in. That's the first one in. That's the second one. So obviously you don't need to really over tighten these, just nip them up with your hand. That's it.
Yeah.
They can't come undone once you've got your wing on, because it can't push out because the wing's there.
Yeah, can't go anywhere.
So I would imagine there's a bit of, they're tapered up over a bit, are they?
Yeah, they're a little bit.
So that's giving you the angle of what your wing should be at. So it's very much like the multiplex, some of the multiplex gliders,
Right.
which are known to be really good gliders, where they taper them up a smidgen.
Right.
Smidgen, that's a Northumbrian word.
Midge.
Smidgen. Shall I try and put this wing on? Or shall I put the other one on first?
Show how easy it goes on.
I don't know, because I haven't tried it yet. It's been the first time.
Could be an absolute nightmare, disaster.
That's it.
Right.
That's it. It's on. The clips in. I'm just going to check that the clips have actually located, which they have. Hands on, hands on. So that now is solid. I'm not going to put the other wing on because I'll not be able to get moved inside of here. But for the tail surface, you've got your horizontal surface there again, and they've got carbon fibre running from about there to there. Then we've got the same horn, like double horn type.
Yeah.
And obviously that's what them grub screws are for. Or grub screw go in there. But can you see the slot?
Yeah.
Well, it looks into.
That just slots into the back of the fuselage,
Yeah.
like into the
So
tape.
they've got it location at the top and the underside. So this is going to be just pressure fit. It is a small bit of a locking mechanism, but it doesn't fully lock. You don't have to press anything to get it out. It's going to be push in and tug it out, looking at it. But again, the APU on this,
Solid.
I mean, I'm giving it some flex there, and what I should have done, I should have had it sitting on now with a bag of sugar, just to see how much it can take for it. You can actually feel the strength in it. I've had issues with gliders, and Andrew will tell you this. Well, I'll take a glider quite high up, put it into a very steep dive at full power, building up a lot of speed, and it just goes totally out of control, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You totally lose control of it because you've got that much flex in the surfaces. That's not going to happen with this one because you're not going to see any flex at all.
No, definitely not.
I'll try this one, see what it's like. So I imagine it's just, again, a push fit.
What's that, Steve? The best Northumbrian word is scruncheons.
Scrumptions? I'm from the chippy. Scrumptions, you batter.
Scruncheons.
Scrumptions.
Aye.
Can't get
Best
that way
one.
and see it.
Best part of the chimney, that.
Oh, it's the best part because they're normally free. But do they charge you for them now? I'm sure they charge you for it now, your scrumptions.
I've never been
Can we
charged.
say that? I'm all rested on my tiger cat.
Oh no.
Can you see that, Andrew, can you? Chuck me chow. So again, we've got the alignment mould here, top and bottom.
Yeah.
And I'm not seeing anything. Oh, aye. Here we go. We've got a slight recess in the mould, so that's where it locks into or locates. Obviously, that's where it's locating into. So you should feel it drop into there.
Right.
I've seen
So is there any screw or anything that holds it in, or is that it?
No, that's it. It's just
Alright,
push
so
in.
just pushes.
This model doesn't come with
suppose-
screws.
Yeah, I suppose it's pushing from the front, so it's not going to come out, is it?
That's it. See?
Brilliant.
That's it done. That's it in. Then obviously just your that control rod from there to there.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Isn't it? Shall we see how hard it is to get back out?
Go on then.
I'm going to check just to make sure you don't have to do anything special first, but I would imagine it's just a tug, the way it's made. That's just going to pop back out. That's it.
All planes should go together like that.
Aye. Yep. Shall I put the rudder on? Do we need the rudder on?
Well,
Well, look at
sure.
the rudder yet, however. There's not going to be nothing interesting on the rudder though, it's just a rudder surface. So it's full size rudder, so it's actually coming above the horizontal. We've got 3 attachment points. Then we've got the same type of linkage with a double arm, which obviously has strength built into it.
Does that just clip into a couple of little clips, does it?
This, the 3
Yeah.
points. Yep. That's the.
Because obviously on my
gate there.
it's just foam. It's just like a foam hinge, basically.
Yeah, I mean, we've got foam hinges on the ailerons and flaps. I'm not sure if there's anything else extra in there, but this is a plastic hinge. See how it goes on? I'm just lining them up there. Then bracket up. That's it. That's it, it's easy as that. And that's a nice action, that.
It's going to be nice and smooth. There's no restrictions like on the foam.
I mean, I like a lot of throw on me rudder, me, when I'm flying gliders. I like a lot of throw, but this is, with it being a full height rudder, obviously it's coming above the vertical, so you can get a lot of deflection with that.
It's going to handle nice, isn't it?
I think it'll be hard to stop it actually, to slow it down. Obviously you're going to put flaps in, but
Yeah,
even with flaps, I think this is going to be a fast model, this. Definitely.
Yeah.
Because it's not losing anything. Normally a model will start to flex and that when it reaches a high speed, and that's its limit. Because you lose control, but this isn't going to flex. This model.
It's not going to have a limit.
No, it's. Yeah, it's definitely built.
Is the fuselage all foam, is it?
Is it what, sorry?
Is the whole fuselage foam? Because I know some of them are plastic.
There's a lot of plastic inserts I've noticed on it. Obviously all this is plastic around here. I've noticed another plastic insert at the bottom. I'm not sure what it's for. Not yet, I'm not, but there's a plastic insert just under here.
Yeah.
But it's, you'll see tomorrow if you come to the beach, Andrew, that how stiff the wing actually is, but I've just seen something very nice on it. What's going to be ideal for us. When I've looked at the top of the wing, can you see what I see?
What is that? Like the square patch?
Yeah, but you know what it is?
What is it?
plastic, hard plastic.
Oh, so might
It's
stick
actually the
camera.
opposite side of the servo. So that'll be ideal for mounting our cameras too.
Yeah. The 360 one will look good on there.
Yep. That's what I'm
Maybe I'll
thinking.
get a bit along the way.
I mean, for me, for the type of flying I do, it's always about the camera work. Obviously the flying's important as well, but I hate cutting holes or gluing cameras to me models. So I love it when I see a hard point like that. So I just think, yep, definitely camera straight on there.
Steve's saying, do the flaps allow you to make them into spoilers? Like, do they bend up over as well?
No.
They don't.
No, what you would do, you'd have the crow brake and you would mix it in with your aileron.
Right.
So you'd have your flaps down and ailerons up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Flaps down.
What's that called? What's that called? Crow braking or something, isn't it?
Yeah. I'll just run basic flaps to start with.
Yeah.
But I think it might need them. I think it might need crow braking because it is going to be a fast model. Unless you're a really good flyer and you can handle bleeding off the speed. Which at the beach we've got plenty of room to do that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But it makes you a better flyer. Crow. John says crow eye.
Crow braking.
Spoil runs. Scrumptions.
I could just eat some scrunchions now.
It is Aaron. That is Aaron abducted and probed records, isn't it? That sounds like Aaron. It is a really. It's the quality in it. It's the quality that's been built into it, the way it's been engineered, the design team. This hasn't been something that, like, say, a year ago, 2 years ago, they thought, oh, we'll make a glider. This has been in design, I would say, for at least 3 years. Got to be.
Yeah.
To get all these to come together, all these little fiddly bits. You know yourself, when they make a mold for a machine, the amount of detail that's got to go into them, the amount of time to make a mold. So the more plastic bits you put on your machine, the more foam bits you put on your plane, and plastic bits on your plane, the more molds you need.
Yeah, the more work you've got to do.
Yep. This has been long in the pipeline, this.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. But you can see why. You can see why. Some planes, you look at them and think, oh, they've just put a carbon fibre rod in and stuck it together. But with this, you can see they've actually took... Pardon?
They've done such a good job with the Fox as well. This is just like another card, isn't it?
Definitely.
Sort of
you see,
added on to that.
Some people will be probably put off by the Fox because of its sheer size. You know yourself, when you get it down to the beach, it's a big model, at 3 metre. And somebody might be thinking, well, hang on, if I'm by myself and I haven't got that much confidence, can I launch it myself?
Yeah.
And obviously you can't launch it yourself, it's not an issue. But something like this, you'll not have a problem.
No.
It's a hand
I'll be
on there.
in that one.
I'll give you a fly in this one tomorrow once we get it up.
Yeah, I'll do a shot.
It's absolutely perfect. I haven't got the battery tied down in there, it's just resting. Keep hitting me light.
And that's with just one wing.
That's with just one wing, yeah. I just can't wait to get it up in the sky.
Can't wait to taste it.
It's one of them planes, you know how it's going to fly before you even fly it. You actually know how it's going to fly before you fly it, definitely.
You'll have to try and keep it nice and slow for the chase.
Oh, I will. Because you know yourself how fast the gliders can go. They're faster than a lot of our ADF jets, aren't they?
Well, did we race? What ADF did we race?
I was racing one of yours.
Was it not the was it the F16 or the F18?
F16, I think. And I whizzed past you when we let out a little glider.
Yeah. Either fast.
Yep, that's it. That's what comes with it. The box is now empty. 2 wings, 2 rods. You got your vertical, your horizontal, your fuselage, and 2 push rods. And that's the build done. Plug your receiver in, the battery in, go and fly.
So you don't get much for your money, but what you do get is a
Quality.
really good design.
Yeah, exactly. You get quality. Quality.
Fantastic.
Yep, I'm looking forward to flying. Oh, you get an instruction manual as well.
Do you know how much they're selling for, Simon?
I think it could be £250 to £270. £250 to £270.
Not a bad price again, is it? Like the pits was a good price.
The pits has been the I've said that before. It's been the best. What was the word I used? Not affordable. The best value for money model this year. I think the pits for value for money for what you get for your money is unbelievable with the pits.
For the finish and the size and Blake Carrick flies brilliant, doesn't it?
Oh, yep. We'll have another one on the beach tomorrow because John's taking his.
Yeah.
Warbird wise, everybody knew the Spit was my favourite. It's not anymore.
I know, you fell out in love with that.
I fell out in love with my Spitfire. I've got a new girl now. Here, kitty, kitty.
She's got big motors, hasn't she?
She is, aye. She's gorgeous. It's actually the best warbird I've flown. Unbelievable. If you haven't flown the FMS Tiger Cat, oh, unbelievable.
It's got a huge presence as well.
It is. It's the way it flies though. It's not just the way it looks, it's the way it flies. It gives you confidence. It's got there's nothing about it that's like, think you're going to tip over the edge. It actually gives you confidence to fly it.
Yeah. I haven't had his Spitfire out for a while, have you?
No,
Can I
it's
take
in the
it
garage.
back? Yes,
It's in the garage, poor lass.
things you've got to do.
Aye. John! Was John on the phone when I showed him this?
Not sure.
Came the day, John.
Yeah, I think John is still on.
This is a polyacrylic. It's water-based, clear coat, crystal clear finish, ultra fast drying, easy water cleanup. And I'm going to coat me SU 35 with it, the EPS plane. EPP? EPS. EPS.
EPS.
Yep, it's gloss, John. Clear gloss. Then John's going to paint these pits with it.
How's he going to do the
Not
pits?
these pits. FMS pits.
He needs to.
Aye.
Sorry, John.
Or you can do your plane first if you want, John. Just come on, pick it up and tell us what it's like. But it came the day. Well, I think that's it for me. Basically, the night I just wanted to show you, obviously, the LightBurner from Ran, which again, thanks very much, Ran, for that. It's definitely going in the SU, and you will see some video of it. I'm going to get Andrew to chase us, because normally I do all the chasing, but Andrew's been starting to do a bit chasing. So Andrew's going to chase us, and we'll see the burners lighting up in the back of the SU. You reckon, Andrew?
Good. Get some good footage of that.
Then tomorrow, right, we've got the glider, so tomorrow hopefully we'll have the glider on the beach. Smoke on the glider.
Oh yes.
Smoke on the glider, we need to put some smoke on the glider.
Got some still?
I've got some in my garage somewhere. You shouldn't leave them laying about, you know, because they're actually...
No, definitely not.
No, it's not the type of thing you'd leave lying about. It's not a pyrotechnic charge, but it's still... Well, it's just like firework, isn't it?
Ah, it still gets hot, doesn't it?
You
Burns it.
didn't put them somewhere and forget about them.
No.
But I can't remember where they are.
Or put them on a radiator.
The last time you were at my house, you put them in the radiator, didn't you? Other new stuff we've gotten lately. Obviously everybody's raving about the new TBS remote. The TBS Tango. This is a TBS Tango Pro one. The only difference between the Pro is the sticks fold in flat. I haven't used this one yet. I did use the Tango, the base model, but I had a bit of an issue with it. Firmware, SD card content, I had a bit of an issue with it, and luckily Unmanned Tech said, look, send it back, we'll send you another one, but they didn't have that model in stock, so I paid extra and got the Pro model. But this is a remote I really want a work well to be flawless, and I hope it is, because the design of this remote, when you look at it straight away, you think gaming station joypad, which is obvious, that's what people are going to think. But there's a reason why Sony and Microsoft, Xbox make their pads like that, because they're ergonomically perfect.
Yeah, they're perfect on.
They're perfect, and this is 90% perfect. 90% perfect for ergonomically wise. A standard remote like this, on paper, is just ergonomically wrong.
Just square, big
That's
square
all
rock,
we've
isn't
had,
it?
so that's what we've used. And if you're used to using this, making a change to something like this is going to be hard. But once you do make the change and you feel the difference, that's when these will start becoming a thing of the past, and everybody will be going for this design just because of the comfort feel in the hands. But what I've noticed is since I first flew with this style remote, I've always used my thumbs to fly. With the jump, I've always used my thumbs. With the Tyrannus, I used my thumbs. Every radio I've had, I've used my thumbs. But with this one, even though people say it's for thumbers, I think it's for more that people that pinch, because straight away I turn to pinching, didn't I, Andrew?
Yeah.
And I can...
I had a shot at
Yep, you did.
and I felt like it was nice for pinching as well.
Yep.
I've actually got one of them on order as well.
You have, I persuaded you to buy one.
Bad influence.
I did. But what I've found is the reason I moved to pinching was the accuracy in me flying, especially flying the likes of the race quads. It's now I can just aim for a hole and know I'm exactly going to hit it. It's just absolutely perfect pinching. It's them little fine movements where when you're using your thumbs, sometimes you get a bit of a shake on them. But when I'm pinching, I just...
You overcorrect yourself, don't you? That's what I find.
When I'm pinching, it's just... Yep, definitely. You're using your yaw a lot more when you're flying the quads. And it just feels perfect in the hands. You've got the switches. Rocker switch here, 3 position. Rocker switch here, 3 position.
Switches with buttons.
Yep. You've got momentary switch here. Wait, not momentary switch, momentary button. Another momentary button here. Then you've got some recess latch 2 position switch. So like on off switch, which you could use for arming. And you can't knock it because it's flush with it, you've got to press it. But what I found was with this pinching like that, it felt like I was having to pull my finger right back to get to disarm it. So next time I'm going to set it up on the 3-position switch, which is perfectly in line for when you're pinching.
And them dangles are compatible with all the Crossfire receivers, aren't they?
Yeah.
Steve's just asked.
What was that?
Steve was asking.
Oh, I just all the Crossfire ones. I wouldn't imagine you could put a module in this, so it's just Crossfire, which we use on all our quads. But we have been thinking about using Crossfire on the planes as well, haven't we?
Yeah, I don't see why it wouldn't work.
We've been thinking about it, we just haven't gotten round to it yet, because the need isn't there. With this, you get it's more for the penetration and range. Well, when we fly skilled warbirds, we're very close in, nothing in between.
Don't really have a problem with them losing signal, not normally in any ways.
Yeah. I used to use the 9XR. That's what I started with, the 9XR.
The DX. Mine's somewhere, mine's over there.
What do you have, a DX? That's Spectrum, that one.
Was a 9XR, wasn't it?
There's 9XR I had. I had the EZUHF. That's what I had, the EZUHF as well. John had the posh one. What did you have, John? John Callahan? What was it called again? The one John had, the long range system.
Let's see what he said about the coating for the plane.
About what?
About the coat, the wax. He said, "Oh, you put it on yours, melt yours first."
Cheeky bugger, isn't he?
He never changes. Dragon Link.
Zimpet Dragon Link, that was it. Aye, Dragon Link. John used to use Dragon Link and used to say it was better than my EZUHF. More expensive. I don't know if it would have been better, but it was more expensive. Right, I need to get a lot of batteries charged up for tomorrow.
Yes, we do.
Build this plane, seeing that it's already built. But I need to do the CG. What the CG's in here? I'm sure I've seen somewhere 70 mil from the leading edge or something like that. I know it's got the throws and everything written in here. It will have the CG. Oh, 70 to 80 mil from the hard plastic leading edge. The hard plastic leading edge. I wonder how many more planes follow suit now and start putting a hard plastic leading edge on to stop them getting damaged. I wonder how many actually jump on the bandwagon now and start doing it because FMS has started doing it.
Loads of my planes have got dings along the front edge of the wing.
Even the likes of our jets. You know how beat up they get? They've just got to touch something and they're dented. Yeah. But if you put a coloured, the same, obviously that would be the hard bit, getting the colouring right with the plane. I suppose it's easier on a white model.
I suppose they can just spray it, same as the spray the plane.
What's he say he's taking my PPR when I made him? What's his PPR?
What's a PPR? I'm trying to think what a PPR is.
Yep, I always use reinforced tape, Steve. But the thing with the reinforced tape is it didn't handle the UV very well, did it? And it used to get the yellow tinge, and when you try to take it off, you get the powder and strings. Oh, it was terrible. But put a hard leading edge on like this, no more tape on your leading edge. You just wipe it clean. PPE.
Very good.
PPE. Personal protective equipment. Carl said that. PPR. What's PPR? It does, Steve. It dries up and goes yellow and brittle. Right, guys, I'm going to call it a night because I'm starving and I need to get this plane built and I'm going to have some to eat.
Well, I'm going to have some chips with scrunchions.
Anyway, thanks for coming along, Andrew. And Andrew, if you don't know him, Andrew's the guy that flies the hawk with the smoke on it on the beach, and I'm chasing him along. Bye bye, Penny. But hopefully we'll report back tomorrow with good findings from the glider.
Yep, get some good videos hopefully.
What else we're flying tomorrow? Can I take my Tiger Cat again?
Aye, I could do with some more footage for that.
The Tiger Cat. One other thing. Well, it doesn't matter, I'll put it. Forget about that. Right then. Speak to you guys later. Thanks for dropping in, especially Ran. Thank you very much for dropping in.
Yep.
We'll definitely get this installed on the SU. And Andrew will definitely do some chasing there.
Definitely.
I think Tony's going to try and get some ground footage of it as well. The DJI man Tony, you can check him out on YouTube. Tony actually comes to the beach quite often with where he's part of North East FPV. But Tony flies the DJI quads with the good cameras and gimbals on, so he often gets some nice footage of the local area, the dolphins which are out to sea, and sometimes of us with our planes or us crashing our planes. But if somebody's going to get a crash video, it's always going to be Anthony because he's always filming. So you can check him out with the DJI man Tony there.
Or the close shaves.
The close shaves, that's Carl. We'll not speak about that one. Bad lad.
Bad lad.
Yep. Right, until next time, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Good night.
I need to go on to end the chat. My dashboard. Stream. It's still live. Can't remember. Oh, there it is, man.